If you plan on being in federal contracting, QuickBooks can be DCAA compliant. Web-based QuickBooks is not DCAA compliant. So let's start with that. You're going to need to get the one that comes actually on your computer. Okay. And then you have to utilize a certain chart of accounts. You've got to be able to, and those chart of accounts will help you develop your cost pools. Those cost pools will, I'm certain you've heard of what's your G&A rate, what's your overhead rate, what's your direct bill rate, what's your fringe rate. And so what we can offer to you is Kelly is our finance manager. We use QuickBooks, just so you know. And but we use the computer-based version. We have just gone through a DCAA audit that went very well. And so yes, you can use QuickBooks, but it has to be set up in order to be DCAA compliant. And Kelly would be more than happy to provide you a compliant chart of accounts, provide you the tools necessary. And as you start to implement those things, you can come back and ask her questions and say, okay, so how do I do this next piece? And she will help you walk through. She's not going to come in and set up your QuickBooks, but she will give you all of the tools that you need in order to establish a DCAA compliant QuickBooks profile. But your number one thing you have to do, you have to get the desktop version. When you get to the level of DCAA compliance for federal requirements and everything, understand that it's not just about the system or the tool you use. It's about the controls you put around the tools you use. So it's not just saying, oh, I use QuickBooks, I'm compliant. It's how do you separate who's writing the checks from who's verifying the bill? How do you put all these controls in place to show that you are doing separation of duties and you're covering all the security risk? How do you show that you're being responsible with the money that the government is giving you? How do you break out your pools? How do you do all that stuff? How do I know that you're not overcharging us or gouging? There's all of these requirements and these things and to be honest, as Wendy just said, we just went through our DCAA compliant list, and there's a list of questions that they ask you. So if you set up your controls and your systems based on the questions, you're gonna be in a good place.